People like you and organisations like yours are taking action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Your own climate action is part of this big transition towards a low carbon world. It's a collective effort, and by collaborating with others, we can reduce emissions further and faster. In carbon literacy training, each person is invited to design a group action. This is a climate action that you implement in collaboration with others. When you're figuring out what group action you're going to lead, a good place to start is just being aware of the connections you have. Who do you talk with? You might talk with them in person or connect virtually. Who do you work together with? They might be someone that you see almost every day or once or twice a year. Who do you collaborate with on different projects? They could be colleagues in the same organisation as yours or collaborators outside. One way to map this out is to mentally walk through a typical day or a typical week. Then think about how the people in your network could play a part in your climate action. What are they good at? What roles and responsibilities do they have? What could they contribute to your group climate action? Okay, so you have an idea of the individuals that you can collaborate with. It can also be really helpful to be aware of the various groups and entities around you. So have a think about committees and councils, clubs and boards around you, and the issues that they're responsible for. Ask yourself how these groups could strengthen your climate action. Some might be able to help with visibility or engagement. Others might be important for any decision-making, approvals, or resources that you need. All right, so that's the people in your network, always a good place to start. There are likely to be other elements that you could leverage for your climate actions. They include policies, processes, procedures, basically anything that guides how you get things done in your group or your organisation. It can help to know what already exists and could be revised to reduce emissions, or maybe what you need doesn't exist yet and you could help to develop it. I've got 3 great examples of climate action that leveraged policies, procedures, and processes in their organisations to help reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And they all came from carbon literacy training. The first is one person who decided to revise the licensing policy that they are responsible for at work. In this case, the policy was for the taxi fleet. They revised it so that it now includes targets to reduce emissions from the fleet year on year. The second example is a person who worked with their organisation's procurement department. They followed the existing procedure and got a number of new vendors approved. They include a cell phone repair service, vegan and vegetarian caterers, an electric cargo bike courier. The last example is from an organisation that wanted to help their whole team get involved in reducing emissions. They added carbon literacy training to their professional development offer for all their staff. And climate action targets are now included in everyone's annual professional development review. This helps everyone who works for their organisation play an active role in reducing emissions. Finally then, don't forget the events or important dates in the calendar throughout the year. They can be a great way to launch climate actions, engage people, celebrate achievements, or even act as deadlines to get things done. To sum up, to develop your group climate action, start with people. Have a think about who you know that could help you achieve your climate action. Also consider the committees and groups, the policies and procedures, and the big events throughout the year. All of these elements can help strengthen your climate action. Thanks very much, and good luck.